वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Lot has been said before my coming here about Sikhs for all. But something that I really wish to share with you is that at least twice daily, we recite Nanak Naam Chardi Kala, Tere Pan Hai Sarbat Apna. Now this Chardi Kala and Sarbat Apna, how would it happen? Just by reciting? Or do we need to do something? First of all, let me put some light on the word Chardi Kala. Sikhism cannot be understood if we do not understand this word Chardi Kala. Because Chardi Kala does not mean any physical situation. It doesn't mean even mental situation. It's our spiritual, our spirits, that is Chardi Kala. All of you here know about the history of Sikhs. When Guru Arjan Dev Ji was on Tati Tavi, he said Chardi Kala. Guru Gobind Singh sacrificed his whole family and his sons, and he said Chardi Kala. Our warriors, during the times of missiles, they would spend their nights and days on the horseback, eating nothing, fighting the oppressors, and would say Chardi Kala. This Chardi Kala is what I believe the essence of Sikhism. If we have not gained it yet, we are not Sikhs. If we have not inculcated the spirit of Chardi Kala, I don't think we can ever do Sarbat Apna. Then it only becomes a vow, a ritual, a daily ritual at least twice. We say, Nanak Naam Chardi Kala, Tere Pan Hai Sarbat Apna. Now, when I was discussing or thinking along with my like-minded friends, what's happened to Sikhs? Are we really in Chardi Kala or not? And it made me really wonder that all of us really want Chardi Kala and know what Chardi Kala is, but we don't have this Chardi Kala. Sometimes it's very good to be very true to yourself. I can always boast of my past, but in the present scenario, I don't think Sikhs can say that we are in Chardi Kala. But it's not to lose hope. It's just to contemplate on it. It's just to think about it, what can be done to bring us back the glory that we had. All of us, we know that in our state particularly, our grandparents, when they were uprooted from Pakistan, and because of militancy in Kashmir, they did not have anything. But what did they have? They have the spirit to fight. And I always thank my grandparents that what they gave us. They perhaps could not give us those comforts. I mean, my immediate generation, my past generation, my father's generation, they couldn't give them comforts, but they give them education. And above all, the most beautiful thing that they give them, the prestige that they are Sardars. Our grandfathers, they did not do anything wrong. They could have easily become criminals, thieves. They could have easily gone into evil practices, but they didn't go. Why? Because they were Sikhs and true Sikhs. So we were thinking, we were talking with friends, all of us. And then suddenly we said, what is it, that single thing that we can do to bring this Chardi Kala back? What's this single thing? What is that one thing? See, all of us today are working. We are working. I know at least personally, at least 20 organizations who are working in different areas, in health, in education, in all areas. But I wanted just to emphasize on this, what was the single thing that we could do that could touch all aspects of our life. Keda kam hai that we do which will touch all aspects of our life, totality of life, be it our economic life, be it our social life, be it our religious life, political life, our history, all. Then the conclusion came, it has to be education. So we centered on education. And I'll explain you how education can help us in all these areas. To start with, first I mentioned economic aspect of our life. Do you think today Any individual can be economically successful if he is not educated. Do you think without education we can even take step outside our family? No. We need to have education, and that too modern education. And when I say modern education, I mean some technical education, some education that empowers you, which we call in our language employability. So we must have an education that gives us employment, that gives us the capacities to work and to move and to earn. So the first thing I believe education can do is make us employable, and economic aspect of human's life is the most important aspect. If we are economically well off, we can then think of other things. Other things cannot then happen. You can't have simple medicine if you don't have money. So money comes first. So education touches economy. So I thought, yes, education is the most important thing. It touches economic aspect of our life. Then comes the social life, our social life. But social life, I say, people are these days complaining about the vices like drug addiction, inequality, untouchability. Such things are actually now prevalent among our youth. So how can we take them away from this? What is that single thing that can help us do that? Is again education. So if we educate our brothers, if we educate our sisters, only then we would be able to have the social movement, a social revolution, where we can do marvels. When I say social, I also say that respect in society. We as a Sikhs have always kept our heads high. And I want to continue with this tradition. And only thing that can give respect to Sikhs in society is education. So education will help in economy, it will help in social aspect of our life. Third thing I will talk, and that is our religious life. Before me, Saji was discussing about the spiritual aspect of contemporary education, how we shall bring them together, and it's very important. But my point is little different. My point is true state religion, Sikhism. Now you know, all of you know, it's not a secret anymore, and I believe almost all are Sikhs here, that we Sikhs have become confused. We are confused because today we are fighting each other about the interpretations of our religion. We are fighting about our own institutions. We are fighting about the true Sikhism. We are fighting about everything, and I don't want to elaborate on that. I hope you all got the message. We are today fighting who is Sikh. We are fighting our Guru Sahibans. We are fighting our Gurbani. We are fighting over everything. So where is religion left? So how can we get this religion back? In education. So we have to take our children back to education. And here I mean education that is religious education. Why not? If we Sikhs for all work on education, we work along with religious education. In our IAS KS chapter of Sikhs for all, we have with I would say participation of very significant members like IPVG and Rajveerji came from Amritsar. We started Sahaj Path, so as to bring our Sikh boys close to religion. So education can help us in religion as well. So education helps in economy, it helps in society, it helps in religion. And then politics. Do you know what's happened to us today? That we are marginalized. Politically we don't exist. Because in today's world, which is a democracy, it has a problem. I usually say this. Democracy has a problem that it is based on demography, population, and we don't have. And we can't have it so fast. So then what's left to us is that at least we shall be educated enough to revolve around the issues unitedly, so that any political party, any government that comes in power takes us seriously. Because we need to be politically focused. And how can it happen? Only if we have knowledge. And that knowledge comes from education. Now education, as I said, we Sikhs for All are providing education at different levels. As computer center is the pivotal, it is the key to all areas. Nations whose name already been taken, who give scholarship to the students for the common curriculum of the schools, school education, classes. So education is a wholesome education when we talk about it. And we also provide education for IASPS. Now this is very important, so I want to talk a little about it. Why IASPS so soon and so first possible way to reach the higher echelons of a society. Boys and girls in our community who have the potential, we bring them, we help them, and they can easily reach the higher echelons, higher levels of the administration, which can help us in a huge way, because then they would be huge. That is why I say IASPS is more important, although our dream is from KG to PG. We shall educate our children from kindergartens to post-graduation. And why I said this here, because I was saying politically empowerment. Political empowerment cannot happen, but bureaucracy and administration we can help. And the last thing that I shared with you, that education will help us in economics, it will help in society, it will help in religion, in politics, it will help us to rewrite our history. If ever anything makes me emotional, is this, but I'm going to share with you people. That we Sikhs, but we did not write our history. We are not remembered the way that we should be. We have seen thankless governments from time to time. We thought that we are doing it for somebody, we thought we are doing for it our own people. But writing history and projecting history is important, but we know, no. Our warriors are not remembered. Our heroes are not remembered. Our gurus are told that you belong to a great, great past, that you have a glorious past. No, they joke on us. Then we can do Sarbada Pala, otherwise it will be ritual. Sarbada Pala. If we are not able to fill the tummy of our own children, our own neighbor, we will do Sarbada Pala. What Sarbada Pala? Sarbada Pala starts from home. It starts from our own community. We shall help our own people. Let us be selfish for a while, doesn't matter. Let us educate our children, because I know if we make our community strong, we make our country strong, we make humanity strong, because this community has the potential to help and none else. And therefore, we need to work with it. So that is why we need Sikhs for All. And I understand that most of you people are already members of Sikhs for All, on Telegram or on other platforms. Why this conference? This convention is to consolidate our people. We want you people to be actively participant in our efforts. We are making efforts, our endeavors are not for any selfish motive, it's for our community. Let us channelize our efforts, let's coordinate our efforts, let's do it collectively, not single-handedly. Collectively we can do more. And if we are working on education, anybody who has anything to do with education, come to us. We will come to you, just tell us. Then we will do it collectively. We will give you logistics. You give us your efforts, your time. That is the most we want from you. So we want the members should become active. Members should take participation in this meetings we do. And if it happens, only then I think the Sikhs for All will be successful. And if Sikhs for All is successful, we will be able to do some things for our community. This is only what I wanted to share. And it's enough from my side. And I wish that all of you here would give it a deep thinking, that this is the time. This is the time. Today we shall take responsibility. Our generation must take responsibility. If we don't do it today, we lose it forever. I'm telling you, we have huge threats from inside and outside. And again, I request you all, please take it seriously. This time is now or never. Thank you.